Balaji, let me start by asking you, what has been the experience so far if I were to ask you about the 1-month report card of the GST rollout in terms of destocking, restocking? What is the ground reality?
Yeah, thanks, Shireen. I think it's been a good start for GST. Overall, the trade is slowly starting to get accustomed to getting used to GST. All our distributors have been selling from day one, and we are now slowly starting to get all parts of trade now getting into the equation. The big one that we still need to get our act together is in the wholesalers in some parts of the country who are still a bit reticent in getting into the GST network. But I think it's only a matter of time before they also come on board. Good news is that CSD is now starting to, all their depots have started to buy as well. So I think, well, the first week or so was a bit lukewarm. As time went by, I think we're now slowly starting to pick up and business is getting back to normal.
Okay, so you are saying that the first week was lukewarm and you expect things to start to get back to normal. You know, one of the big things that one would imagine the GST has been able to address, perhaps not in full as of now, is this business of the check posts being done away with. We're still, of course, awaiting the final mechanism when it comes to e-way bills. But what is the experience on the ground been in just moving your goods from one state to another?
I think goods movements have been all pretty smooth, and we're also starting to slowly see that the speeds of trucks are starting to increase, and it's still in hours a bit, but I think we just need to give it a bit more time before data can be statistically relevant. But I think it's heartening to note that at least visually a lot of checkposts have disappeared. The long queues that you saw are not there anymore. And therefore, one does expect that the long lead trucks, as they start moving across multiple states, will be in a position to appreciate the speed starting to increase. So that's one part of it. I think the biggest one that we all need to work together to ensure is the fear around some of the myths that are there in wholesale or in parts of retail. Those are addressed so that everybody is now joining this exciting journey of being on GST.
What continues to be the #1 myth at this point in time that you believe is holding back some of the wholesalers?
I think the biggest one that they have is, can I sell to an unregistered dealer? And that I think is a very fundamental question. And GST law is absolutely fine with that as long as you have a turnover less than 20 lakhs. You don't need to be registered. In parts of the country it's less than 10 lakhs. So I think that's a clarification. Despite multiple reiterations, there are still parts of trade that are still not sure about that. And what we are doing is working extensively with the trade distributors as well as in parts of the country with the sales tax authorities as well. And they've been kind enough to join our workshops to tell the trade very, very clearly that there are very, very clear rules that are there. And hence, we should be able to just use those rules and continue business as normal. And that, I think, is going to be the next week or two is going to be so crucial to land all these workshops. And wherever we have done these workshops, we are getting excellent response from trade. And we're able to get that cracking and moving forward. So we've already done about 8 odd workshops, and we'll do a few more in the coming days.